Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with Timeshare Turkey Bolognese. Sorry about the bad sound, but we're down here in Arizona for spring training, and I don't have all my equipment with me. But I wanted to record this dinner we just did, and to give you a few tips on cooking while traveling. The great thing about these timeshare hotel suites is they usually have a kitchen, which is great, except they're very minimal. Okay, you got your sink, your microwave, your stove, and a couple crappy Ginsu knives, and they got some pots and pans, but they're covered in schmutz. So make sure you rinse stuff off, even if it looks like it was washed. Give it a rinse. So here we go. I took the one skillet they had, and some olive oil, and I got a couple pounds of ground turkey, and I'm going to just kind of saute that and break it up. In the meantime, I'm going to cut up one onion, and man, is that knife horrible. So don't try to cut things too small. You're going to have to make some compromises. Better larger chunks of onion than trip to some emergency room in a foreign state. So I'm going to throw the onions in there. That's one whole onion. I'm going to keep sauteing that and breaking it up on medium heat. And then I made a little well in the center because I chopped up a couple cloves of garlic. And again, because the knives were so horrible, I chopped it larger than I normally would. So I wanted to give it a little head start, so I sauteed it in the middle there. Soften it up a little bit, and then I mixed it in. Now, there was no spices, so at the store, I got one of these grinders of salt and pepper, which I really like, sea salt and fresh ground black pepper, and they also had one for Italian herb. So one of the challenges with cooking on the road, you got to keep things really simple because they're just, you're not going to have a big pantry to draw from. So that was pretty much it for herbs and spices. So I'm going to keep cooking that and sauteing that till all the turkey's broken up and the onions get kind of soft. Right, give that a toss. Then I'm going to add my secret ingredient, a half a cup of milk. By the way, I get some emails. How come you never toss things in the pan? There you go. How do you like that? After the milk has kind of cooked in for about 2 minutes, I'm going to add my tomato sauce, just a jar of tomato sauce, and about 1/3 of a jar of water. Bring that to a simmer. I also bought some fresh parsley because I had to have a little fresh stuff in here. And again, there was no knife I could use to mince this. There wasn't any knives that weren't serrated. So I used my scissors and I just snipped them off and then I kind of minced them once they were in here. It worked. It wasn't the prettiest thing I've ever done. All right, we're going to stir that in. And this is going to simmer for 1 hour. And because it's in a wide, large pan, you're going to have to keep an eye on it. And every once in a while, throw a splash of water in there because you want to keep it at that level. All right, and as it cooks, that turkey's going to soften, it's going to tenderize. Turkey is very, very lean, and it can be very dry. So you want to make sure you really cook it into that sauce so it just kind of melts in there. I think the milk actually helps with that for some strange reason. I boiled a pound of rigatoni. I'm going to pour my sauce over, and you know my trick. Stir in the sauce, taste, adjust the seasoning, and let it sit for about 5 or 6 minutes to soak in the sauce. I actually threw the cover on there, not shown. And that was it. A delicious, delicious timeshare turkey bolognese on rigatoni. When you cook on the road, you want to keep it simple, right? You don't want to have to buy a lot of different ingredients, and this worked out just fine. The reviews were very positive. They said it was a home run. And then I said, hey, I'll do the jokes. Sorry again for the bad sound, bad equipment, but you know what? Hey, you got a recipe. Come on, stop complaining. Anyway, go to the site, get the ingredients, and as always, enjoy.